All right, what's up, guys? So, I try to avoid videos like this. I always try to upload gaming videos onto this channel, but for some reason, um, it seems like it's been really difficult lately because, I mean, well, not lately, ever since I got my Xbox Series X, it just seems like it's been really difficult to record videos because I every game pretty much is online only. You can't really play a game that's single player. I mean, unless it is a single player game. But other than that, like there's even single player games out there where it's like you will need an internet connection to be playing online. So I don't like that. I'm gonna just say that right now. I just think that's a dumb thing, and I think like a lot of these game companies out here, it's like you guys need to start making single player games, or you need to start making these multiplayer games single player because not everybody likes playing online. There's people out here we just like playing by ourselves, playing the story or whatever. So, anyways, but no, overall, what I wanted to talk on was this NAT type thing that's on Xbox. That's broken. That is broken because ever since I got the Xbox Series X, well, on my Xbox One, I've never had an NAT problem before. I never had an issue with the NAT type. It's always been set to open, so I never knew what it meant up until I had got my Xbox Series X. When I got my Xbox Series X, it would say moderate. So I remember there would be sometimes it would say moderate, but it wasn't like my games was lagging or I was having issues like playing or anything on my Xbox One. I don't know, maybe because the Xbox One had been out for so long, like it just like where the servers was good. I don't know what was going on, but for the most part, it did say open on the Xbox One. But ever since I got my Xbox Series X, it's always has said moderate. So when I would play games, pretty much it would just be an extremely laggy experience playing Black Ops Cold War, playing any other multiplayer game. Like there would be games I'd be playing and I just randomly would lag out, and I'm like, bro, what is going on? So I did like an investigation. I started investigating, trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay, maybe it could be my Wi-Fi. So I did everything I could with that. It wasn't that. Then I just started like, kind of like looking around in subreddits, forums, a bunch of different types of places that I can go to and stuff to overall figure out the situation. So when I did come across this NAT thing, then I was like, okay, let me test that out and see what it's all about and things. And as soon as it switched to open, then like the games, they started like, there's like some games that were a little bit laggy and it was Call of Duty. But other than that, I was like, for the most part, everything else had worked fine. So I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, yo, do Xbox need to update their servers? So, like the Xbox, because my thing is like what I personally, just my little conspiracy theory about it is that I think that they hadn't upgraded these servers and they're still like optimized for like the older Xboxes. And then you got this like new and improved Xbox where it's supposed to be 10 times better than the last ones. And I'm like, I can't really say that. If somebody would have asked me, like, should I just stick with my Xbox One or get the new Xbox Series X? I'm like, I think it'd probably be best if you stick with your Xbox One because I honestly wish I would have never gotten it. I wish I would have just had an Xbox Series X and just been stuck with that or something. Because I'm like, bro, I don't really understand. I'm like, this is a brand new console and this thing is messing up left and right. So that's where it leads me to like question Microsoft, like, what's going on with your guys' product? Like I know it's that whole thing. People are like, oh, well, it's like the first line of products. I don't care. That type of stuff. I'm like, look, you guys have had all this time to focus and work on this stuff. Why all of us in like the first few ones that get released, why do they have to have problems? That's somewhere I'm like, I'm not even wanting to hear that from a fan. I'm not wanting to hear that from a gamer or a player, whoever. I want to hear from Microsoft themselves. What is going on with the Xbox Series X? That type of stuff just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, I spent all this money on this console. I spent all this money on video games just for this stuff to not work properly. Like, come on now. Like, I'm saying, like, I know I can't be the only one that thinks along those lines. Like, yo, did I just get scammed? Like, what's going on? Because I'm saying like that just doesn't make any sense to me. I haven't heard any issues like that with PlayStation. But if you guys have had issues like that with PlayStation, then comment below and let me know. But other than that, I'm like, if not, then Microsoft, what's the problem? Because it's stuff like that where it confuses me, and I'm like, yo, like, was it really worth it? Like buying the Xbox Series X? Because honestly, right now, I'm gonna have to say no, it wasn't. It wasn't. There's like really nothing new with the menus. So I'm like, I honestly just feel like I'm just playing on a better graphic Xbox One. I honestly don't even feel like I'm playing on a brand new console. I'm like, it doesn't even feel like a brand new console. Like I'm saying, there's just to me, there's like really there wasn't no key features that stood out with me. So honestly, I'm like, if people ask, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up right now, it'd probably be best if you just stuck with the Xbox that you have right now. If you have the Xbox One X, cool. You know, you have the latest Xbox One, so you straight. I would probably wait until I would definitely wait a little bit longer. Like, you know, don't get them on no reselling websites or none of that. But anyways, yeah, I would just like to know from Microsoft like what's going on because that type of stuff just doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like you guys have you had all this time to focus on that and it's still messing up. So yeah, I'm like something ain't right, and I would like to know what's going on. So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.